My mate rejected me in front of the pack to maintain his reputation as universally admired because I was the lowest of wolves. He thought I would cry and beg him to be with me, but I took his rejection coldly. I, Literie To, accept your rejection, Beta, I said, my voice emotionless, though inside I felt utterly defeated. I was born into a lower-class family and had learned to keep a low profile. But Beta had always been a heartthrob, the kind every girl wanted to be with and every guy wanted to become. Hearing that I had accepted his rejection with such an indifferent expression was completely unexpected for Dracer. He had assumed I would break down in tears, begging him to stay with me. Beta's been rejected. People started shouting, and Dracer let out a growl of warning. Beta, can I leave now? I asked, speaking with the respect I could hardly feel for the man who had just broken my heart. My wolf was wailing in pain from the rejection. Oh, she has somewhere better to go, Dracer. You've really been beaten by that pathetic girl today, said Rekar, the leader of the wolf pack and Dracer's friend. His words made Dracer roar once more. He wasn't angry about his friend's challenge, but rather frustrated by the irreversible rejection, especially since I had already accepted my fate. He wanted to tell me he was wrong, that he'd be willing to continue our relationship, but the chance had already passed. No, you can't leave. I don't like the way you're speaking to me. I am your beta. You disrespected me in front of everyone, and for that, you'll be punished, Dracer said, his heart breaking upon hearing those words. But he had to maintain his reputation. If punishing me was the way to do that, he would go through with it. What? My voice was full of shock, as I knew exactly what kind of punishment awaited me. I said, you can't leave, Literie. Are you deaf? Beta repeated. I sighed, staring at the handsome heartthrob. I knew that if I tried to argue, my family would pay the price, and I didn't want to make things worse for them. I'm sorry, Beta, I accept the punishment, I said, and the crowd erupted into cheers. You don't even know what the punishment is. You're crazy, Rekar, the leader, said. I lowered my head. I had a feeling that if I responded to him, the punishment would be even harsher. I truly didn't have the strength to fight back. 100 lashes should be enough. If she hits a wound while being punished, just sprinkle some salt on it, Beta said, and the crowd cheered while the warriors holding me made sure I couldn't escape my brutal fate. I accept the punishment, Beta, I said, my head lowered. Whip the one who was rejected. Whip the one who was rejected. The cheers were deafening as the pack gathered to watch me endure the whipping and punishment for disrespecting Beta. Literie To, for your disrespect toward Beta and his pack, you will receive 100 lashes. You know the rules. If you touch your back, we'll start over, and that will count against you. Do you understand? Alpha Rekar said to me, bound and helpless. Yes, Alpha, I understand, I said. The Alpha assumed I was accepting, and he signaled for the warriors to begin. I bent over, my arms and legs bound, fully at the mercy of the entire wolf pack. There were 4 warriors, each responsible for 25 lashes. They were to strike at the same time, and I was prepared for that. I knew my wolf couldn't heal me, as she was too heartbroken, but what could I do? I could only endure as I always had. Alpha, should we whip her all at once? Won't it be too much for her fragile body? One of the warriors asked, drawing Beta-Dracer's attention. He had started to regret it, but for the sake of his reputation, he was willing to carry out such a brutal punishment on someone who he thought deserved it. He seemed hesitant, but before